long. You're probably wondering where we've been.
Yeah, it's been what, over a year?
So welcome to our new lab. We're so happy to see you.
Yeah, this is our new lab. It's our new studio. It's our new lots of new stuff to talk about. Welcome back to State of the Lab. Um, wow. So let's see here. What do we have on the docket? We're so out of practice.
We're just so excited to talk and see you guys again. And we also have a little someone who's trying to escape. We have a new puppy. Well, not new. She just turned 1. Where
This week, actually.
Yeah. So if you hear fussing and whatnot, we welcome somebody new to the lab. Meet Boo. We're happy to meet you guys. Hi. And we'll be talking about all our new boxes. We'll be talking about the FCC stuff. We'll be talking about East Coast Haunters. We've got a lot to cover today.
We have a ton to cover. So let's jump into it. So the last time we did a State of the Lab was, what, over a year ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time, and it looked a little different.
It did look a little differently. Obviously, I used to sit next to you, but now I'm over here at the control desk because we got a lot going on. We have a lot of stuff.
Let's be honest. That desk is where all the real magic for IgorBox happens. So
this is where I sit all the time.
It's appropriate we show it off a little bit.
Yeah, this is basically. I mean, behind me is the lab
for
bench,
hardware.
the actual hardware bench that we have. This is the desk that basically all of the software is written at. So yeah. So since the last time, we came out with a whole new set of boxes.
All the testing that, luckily, we have a friend here also named Austin, helped test that so hard at a local haunt and gave us such good feedback. We felt like we could not sell what we sold at Transworld. We had to improve it. And so welcome the Gen 3 boxes. And I think they look even better.
Yeah.
Look at these. Look at the Wagos on this bad boy.
Yeah, so if we go to if you go to IgorBox.com, I think some people have already seen this, but if we go to www.igorbox.com, look, where are you? You're down there. Hello. All right, so if we go to igorbox.com, you can see down here we've got our 3 new boxes. We have our Output 8, our Mark II Output 8. Yeah, there's one right there. 8 output channels, 8 relay channels. We don't have one set up for the demos today. I think most people understand how the outputs work, but here we are. We have our new Input 16, which is over there. We have some demos set up for that today. 16 channels of input, which are super useful for all kinds of stuff. Escape rooms, obviously, but pretty surprising how useful that is for haunt. And then we have our newest of controllers, the LED controller.
The one showing you its fabulous Wagos and all the wiring. And not only is it a new board, we have some accessories that are brand new that also go with it.
Yes, we can get into that
Later.
A little bit later. Yeah, so that's the LED controller. One of the main things that we use the LED controller for, and this is actually why I'm at the desk, is so I can do screen sharing now and like drive stuff. So if we pop over here, that's the one that's currently on the desk right there. Let me see. Can we get a demo cam? Let's get the demo cam up. Boom! There it is.
Oh, nice! You can see me playing with what I see next coming up with my phone. But yeah. Here is our beautiful display that we had at East Coast. So if you came by and saw us, we really appreciate it. These are a little bit showing their wear and their road trip, but I'm excited to show off what you got here. So baby, show us what you're going to do.
All right, so I'm going to put you back over here. We're going to put the demo cam in the bottom left. So here we are. And as you can see here, this is, we can go into manual control here, right? This one's obviously already set up. But you can see that we have dimming control on 16 individual channels, right? You can't see the view meter. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got, you can kind of see the candle come up, maybe not. The input one, yeah, this one next to it. There you go. So we have this really cool dimming control here. Zero them all out. Or if you want to press the purple button on the input or on the LED controller to trigger the show, go for it. No, over the other one.
Sorry. That's magenta.
There you go. So you can kind of see on the screencast here, right? Like full telemetry update on all of the channels, what they're all set to. So we'll get into some demos of the LED controller in a bit here. I just kind of want to show you guys 16 individual channels. You can do whatever you want. Actually, we could go over to the shows. We can look at that show that we just played. And you can see they get all kinds of cool settings here, all kinds of curve drawing and things, right? These are red, green, blue channel on the LED controller. We have the red, green, blue channel on the input controller. We've got the When Hinges Creak stuff that's on there, all that stuff right here. So like I said, we've got some demos coming up, so we'll just kind of skip forward on that for a bit, and let's actually talk about when we launched this. We launched this literally for sale the day before East Coast Haunters. All 3 controllers are available. We have not a lot left. We've sold quite a few in the last month.
We
or
made
so.
such great contacts with people, and some awesome larger haunts have been bought 3-pack, testing it out and wanting more, which is news that we absolutely love to hear.
We have some pretty big players that are using it today and
also looking forward to test things in the future, but we won't get into that too much yet. But always know with IgorBox, there's always something around the bend. We're excited to talk about the chaos, though, of some of the East Coast Haunters trip.
Oh,
Getting there was a bit of an odyssey. We once again earned our stripes.
Oh my gosh.
You ever want to drive 15 hours straight again?
All right. So let's
say what happened.
All right.
What happened, as my sister would say.
What happened is so what actually happened was these controllers there's a lot of parts. We've got a lot of parts that make up a controller. And
my sweet husband ordered everything in time for all of this.
Oh yeah, no, we ordered all these parts. We got them going. Everybody knows that the challenges of ordering hardware. If you've done anything with hardware, it's a nightmare. Shipping, customs, all that stuff.
So try to build in lots of extra time, right?
Yeah,
and including.
I ordered it while we were on vacation. I was working on vacation to make sure these orders.
You honestly were, and then on top of it, you paid for it to all be expressed, so it should have doubly been here in time.
Oh yeah. No, we expedited it, and then I ordered some additional parts.
Well, our awesome friend that we were talking about earlier, Austin, has occasionally some really great ideas, but sometimes they're poor timing. But we made it happen.
Poor timing, buddy. We had the LED controller. We had the prototype for it, right? We're like, here it is. And he's like, that's great. Can I plug in my my higher power RGB LED lights?
Strips. Like, show off the strips that it's running.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, can we run the strips or here, let me go back into here. Or just the light, like point to the light that's pointing at the purple thing, right? So like one of these like 9-watt, hold on. Transition, there we go. One of these like 9-watt ones, right? So if you hit the purple button again and run it, you can see that thing's running, right? 9-watt RGB LED. The problem is the LED controller is really just a pulse width modulated dimming controller for LEDs, right? So it has a current limiting. It doesn't really do 9 watts, So basically, he came to us about a month before the show. It was like, hey, can we do this? And I was like, no, but we should be able to do that. So we designed. Let me go back to the demo board. We designed these power injectors. Point them out. So those got ordered about I don't know, about 6 days after the final order of stuff from the factory. So I ordered them 6 days after, and then they showed up they showed up before the main order showed up. And the main order was the motherboards, right? The final
The
motherboards.
expedited order.
Yeah. That did not show up.
No.
So the thing that I ordered expedited didn't show up, but the thing that I ordered that wasn't expedited showed up.
Did.
And it was ordered at 6 days after.
And let's just say this caused a little bit of a panic.
Yeah, because that was about a week before East Coast, and we needed them to put the controllers together.
Sorry, not sponsored. And yeah, so our dear friend Austin once again came and said, "Oh my God, it's a factory!"
Well,
because her entire kitchen and garage and everything else was just components everywhere.
So then, we figured I had written it off at that point, and we were waiting on our final EMC testing because these run on Wi-Fi, right? So they need to be EMC electromagnetic interference stuff.
That
right?
was another stressor for sure.
So they need an FCC certification because they are intended radiators, not just unintended radiators. So I was waiting on the lab to get back to me, and I hadn't heard from the lab at the beginning of the week that we had to leave, and we didn't have the motherboard. So I was like, well, we're not going to be selling anything at East Coast.
To be fair, the lab said they could get it by a certain time, but we were a couple late getting it to them because we got stuck. That vacation kind of went longer than we expected because I ended up getting COVID and couldn't fly back.
Oh yeah, we got stuck in Munich for like 3 days.
Yeah,
we got back late, so then I couldn't send the stuff back. I couldn't send the stuff to the lab. That was later. Everything was backed up. So I was like, yeah, well, I guess we'll just we won't sell anything. We'll just show off the demos and then ship it like within a couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah, we're like, okay. There's lots of controller companies that don't have a lot of stock with them. We'll just do pre-orders or something. Not a big deal. And worst case scenario, we'll figure out how to make a beta test thing. We'll figure it out. But we were definitely stressing, to say the least.
Yeah. So I looked the morning we were supposed to leave, which would have gave us like a day to like rest before we drive like half the distance,
and then get a hotel and rest. Yeah.
That morning I looked at like 5 o'clock in the morning or something, and our motherboards were in Cincinnati or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. They were in Ohio. I just
in the morning. I'm like, yeah, they're not going to get here today, right? So I was like, we'll just leave, and maybe we just won't sell anything. So at like noon, so it was like 5 in the morning. At like noon, I opened up the tracking app, and they were in Orlando, out for delivery.
Yeah, so that delayed us a bit because, of course,
so now
we want them.
So now you got a heart full of hope again, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just wait for it. And of course, it shows up a little bit late, and by that point, I was like, I'm not going to drive at night. I'm going to fall asleep because when it gets dark out, I fall.
Let's have one more great sleep in our own bed, and then we can conquer the day.
So we got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I think we left at 5 a.m. What is that?
I'm sorry, that's Boo. She's having a good time in her pen. I'll just get her up here.
So
come here, Boo. Hi, Boo.
So we
hey, everybody.
Derailed puppy tags. So we left at like 5 a.m. and we just drove all the way to Philly in one shot. It's 15 hours. The last hour was the absolute worst. It was horrible. The last hour, but we made it there in one night.
Where are you going?
We did not have anything. We only had our demo boards or our demo boxes assembled. So those things that you see on the desk there. But I still hadn't heard back from the lab, so I figured we're still not selling them. There's no point. I mean, we have them just in case, but we're probably not going to get anything back because by this point it's like Wednesday of the week. Thursday comes around. We are setting up the show, getting things going on the booth, and
which, let me just say, I screwed this up for him. I screwed it up for everybody.
At least you admitted it.
I was a bad girl and didn't read my email. I was like, oh, he's read it. It's fine. I don't need to deal with this. We didn't know we were going to have extra tables and chairs that the place provided for us. So once I saw those, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. We could actually use this because it's not like I could fit it in my car. I'm like, oh, and then I'm also guilting myself that I guess I didn't need to bring them in the car. Just this whole mess. But we ended up reorganizing how we had the layout of our booth.
So our planned layout was thrown right out of the window the first second we walked in.
Everything had to be rewired. Everything was like custom fit to length and just keeping it trim and really nice. Because Mike is a stickler for clean wires, believe it or not. And it took a while to reroute everything. And then luckily we had some really great neighbors that were providing like the Halloween costumes people, is it? They ended up like bailing us out with their water bottles that I could use as weights and my thing for my backdrop. They had a stomp pad we could buy, thank goodness, because we forgot ours.
So I get a call at 3:00 in the afternoon in the middle of setup on Thursday from the lab, and they're like,
"Oh, let's not forget they also let us borrow a lighter because somehow we lost ours."
Yeah, they're like, you're all set. Everything passed. Paperwork will be in by the weekend. So sell away. You're legal. The FCC.
Well, this is great. This is also really bad because
we didn't have anything built. We weren't. I had already written it off in my head, and I hadn't planned any time to actually do assembly.
So yeah, the hotel room was a factory and then assembly center. I was doing a lot of soldering in the hotel as well, and then we ended up cutting our Penhurst tour short. Poor Austin, I know, is as heartbroken as me. I didn't get to see the lights on.
I had to call you guys back. I needed
at Penhurst because Mike needed reinforcements to have the boxes. Like we had one type of box, but the other ones weren't done at all. So if you were wanting something different than what we had, like it would have been an extra to do. So we came back and made sure it happened and got everything.
Boy, am I glad that you guys did, because we had an amazing show.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And we were able to send people home with
even
controllers.
People that we didn't expect to have such a good time with. Like a lot of people would think that Purgatory and us are like neck and neck or something, right? Not at all.
No, we hung out, we chatted. It was great, So
it was like hanging out with a friend. We even went to dinner. It was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I really want to continue. We did something there that I want to continue with our trash can. I had everybody like put their sticker on it. And I'm going to continue stickering that because I think it's just way too fun to have everybody come and participate and show off. But it was a great crowd, way more crowded than last year. No blackout, which was kind of sad. The blackout was fun.
No blackout. The trash can was a lot of fun.
But people were really disappointed because I just brought, again, the rat's just there to grab attention. We don't sell them. A lot of broken hearts. Austin was helping us in the booth, and he had on the back of the show specials board, he had a tally of how many times he got asked if the rat was for sale.
It was a large number. All right. So, East Coast was a lot of fun. And we are looking super forward to Transworld already. We've got a ton of stuff.
I just can't make up my mind, though. So I've got a problem that we've had some really cool ideas, but two are in totally different directions. Do I go with like a laboratory metal tool type thing, which I've got some cool stuff for that, or do we bring back the underground bunker because I've got cool ideas for that? Yeah. If you have a preference, please let us know because I am having a real hard time deciding.
Yeah. We have some really cool stuff planned. It's going to be great. We have the rest of our year planned, really, between what we learned at East Coast, what we've learned like since East Coast, and the people and the organizations that we're involved with now with everything. So lots of really cool stuff coming. We will be talking about it every month on State of the Lab right here.
Yes,
right?
We will keep you guys updated, including some of the monster projects that I will be trying to get ready for Halloween. We'll see what happens.
Yes, and I mean we're really bad about documenting stuff, but hopefully we'll be able to document some of what we
I'm
have
sure based on
going.
our Facebook and Insta and everything else, you guys have been like, you guys aren't so good at this. We're going to try and get better. But ADHD does rule this little household.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about what we learned at East Coast, right? We launched our controllers. We launched our controllers out there. First day, we started selling them. We sold a bunch of them, and we've been.
Yeah, the first day was definitely the big day for sales. I would say the second day really slowed, but it was so many, like all the pros were day one, all the families came on day two.
Yeah. So it was great. It was a great time. So since then, we've already had a massive update from what we learned.
Yes, the firmware, of course, has been updated. If you bought a box and haven't plugged it in yet, I'm sorry, but it is going to need an update.
Yeah, we've been moving quick. Everything that we learned from the people that currently use it, we've made improvements. Let me just switch over to.
And I will say again, if you have feedback for us, you want to see a feature, there's something that's been driving you nuts, let us know. We love that stuff, and we love to make everything we have better. So give us all your constructive criticism. We love it.
Yeah, so let's take a look. So if you go to help.igorbox.com and you head over to the blog section, you'll see that we've actually had 2 huge updates since East Coast. Version 204 was just some minor updates. We're going to go through version 2.1.0. And I'm just going to I just want to talk a little bit about what has changed for people who haven't seen this. The first thing right there at the top, you can draw curves with an Apple Pencil and a Wacom tablet down.
What? That was always something you could do, but I ended up causing a nightmare for him that ended up making everything way better and fixing this in a proper way with this update. So do you
I mean
your frustration, or should I say what I did?
No, you just used it, and you somehow found a bug within 3 seconds of playing with it, which resulted in a small firmware update to fix it.
Yep.
Immediately after. But that said, this is a really cool feature. We got good feedback on being able to draw those LED.
A lot of people really want to for their lighting. They don't want to sit there and poke at it. If they have a tablet and a pencil, it's
you want to draw
easier.
The dimming. You want to draw that stuff. Moving on. Loop playback. This is not looping a show. This is just looping while you're editing in live preview mode, so that you can kind of re-see the same thing over and over and over again. Moving on. I did a ton of improvement on control on copy and paste. It worked before, but now it works real well.
There were a lot of things that worked before, but now work flawlessly.
Yeah, the main thing is if you look at like the current little animation on the screen there, right? When you hit Control V, you're not just dropping it wherever. You're getting like where do you want to put this sort of thing, which was a huge improvement to the way it worked before. The way it worked before, you were like, wait, where'd it go? What happened? So, fixed some bugs. We won't talk about that. Tons of stuff. We're going to have a demo on this in a minute. Tons of stuff in the logic rules for escape rooms. So,
which is so fun and exciting.
We have a 16 input controller, right? How can we effectively use that for escape room puzzles, but also make it so that it's easy to make puzzles. It's easy to make your puzzles, right? So we added the sequence node, which we'll actually do a demo here in a minute, which allows you to put code sequences in. We added a Morse code, which basically allows you to do sequencing with timing, right? So you can require certain timings.
And it's super fun. Like you made it so that you could just do it with the space bar or all sorts of ways. It's great.
Oh yeah. The editing and the testing can be done pretty easily. This was a big one. This was feedback from our escape room people and logic editors, which was master reset for a rule. So you may want to reset everything for a particular puzzle. And rather than having to like wire resets to everything, you can just have like a master reset and have a button or something trigger that. So I'll show you that in a minute. In our show editor, we added resume where it would be, as well as audio fade in. This is another big one that we didn't realize was actually as important.
It's a big need. Yeah.
So by default, when it restarts from the beginning. So you have an ambient show, the show is running, and then you trigger something, and the trigger show runs, and at the end of the trigger show, the ambient show then starts running again, right? But the ambient show starts at the very beginning.
And that's a problem.
Well, I mean, most controllers do that, right?
Yeah, that's fine. But like in certain scenarios, especially like you don't want people to have that jarring thing if they're still in the room.
So you might want to start the ambient show where it would have been.
Where it left off. Yeah.
So maybe you have like a 20-minute long ambient show and somebody's triggering stuff. You don't want to start at the beginning again because you're never going to get through the 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're like in a haunt or something. So instead, what this does is it
takes that little chunk out.
It runs the show, and then when the show's done, it just starts playing where it would have been in the ambient show. But then, of course, when you do that without fade in, it can be kind of jarring because all of a sudden you just slam audio back into something else. So you also have control over how long it takes, like what the ramp up of audio fade in is, right? Which is a lot nicer of a sort of transition back to your ambience. So let's see, some bugs here. Oh, here's one. This was actually a request from Austin. We learned this ourselves at the East Coast show. We didn't have a way to reboot the controller remotely, so the only way to reboot the controller was to press the reset button on the controller or unplug it and plug it back in. And sometimes, especially with some of the kids that were there.
Oh my God! Okay, can I demonstrate? Can I demonstrate what the children were doing?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I think that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And then of course the controller would go nuts. So you can see that it's actually I fixed a couple bugs in there, so it doesn't have any issue. But sometimes it would get in a weird state where like the puzzle would be in a weird state and we'd have to reboot it. So being able to reboot it remotely without having to go find the controller, unplug it, plug it back in. Yeah, that was a request from Austin, and we added it. So there we go. Obviously, we have some more stuff around like the firmware side of it, and you can just go ahead and update it directly on IgorBox. It'll show you how many controllers you need to update, and then I don't have any that are online that need to be updated, but you get the update button.
Okay. I think they're getting an idea of some of the awesome updates. Can you show off what the LED magic is?
Oh, sure. All right, so what we want to do is let's first make a quick show for when you fail at the logic rule test, right? So press the wrong button. Right now that just plays the sound. We want the LED controller on the right side to do something, right? So I'm gonna go to browse shows, and I'm gonna create a new failure show. We're gonna call it we'll just call it failure, which is great. And let's make it 5 seconds, and let's choose, we're gonna put this on the LED controller. And here we are, right? So for the failure, I want it to start red. We'll make the whole thing red. And then maybe we also come down, we take the, let's then sort of kind of double click on here, bring the green up for a second, and then we can bring it.
Oh my goodness!
Let's go half seconds, and let's bring it back down pretty quick, like that. And maybe we go to the input controller or the input LEDs, and we make that one go red, and then maybe we make it kind of purple in the middle for a second. Back down that way. There we go. All right.
It's a lot more fun with the pencil.
Yeah, so we're gonna a basic show here, right?
Mhm.
Now I'm going to put it in live preview so we can see it. So let me flip over to the demo cam. Transition. There we go. All right. And of course, the demo cam is going to be right on top of the thing. So can we move the, let's see, demo cam? Let's move the display. Oh, I can't really move the display. Of course I can't. Why would I think I could do that? That's fine. All right. So I'm going to hit live preview now. And we're going to put it in live preview. You see it went right to red because that's where our channel is. If I move this around, you can kind of see what it's going to look like, right? Let's go back here. I'm going to hit play real fast. And we're going to play it. So, all right. I don't like this green. So let's move this green back down to here. It makes it kind of a yellow color when you mix those two together. So like, let's actually just draw real fast. We'll just draw it into purple as well. All right. So now let's see it happen. Red and purple, and then it'll go back to red. All right, boom. Cool, we like that, right? So let's deploy it real fast. So that it's on the controller. And now it's on the controller, right? We named it failure. Cool. All right. Let's flip over to logic rules now, right? And we're going to go to the button game.
We love the button game.
All right. So this, let's see, how much time do we have? Oh, we got plenty of time. All right. We're going to do this as a sequence, right? So we're going to come over here to sequence. And we want to sequence one input, say, do you want to do all 4 buttons?
Sure, why not? Well, we have 6, but what are you wanting to do?
You want to, well, so I think that yellow button's already a trigger button, so like we can do 5. Let's do the 4, right? And let's make them new inputs. So what I'm doing now is I'm basically telling it that we're going to have new inputs. You saw those sort of inputs here. And what's kind of cool is if you like scroll over one of these, you actually see, oh, I should actually make this bigger. Let's flip this the other way. Transition, there we go. There we go. All right, let's back this up for a second. All right, so we added the sequence. And we're going to add 4 inputs. And right now it shows 4. These are 4 steps, right? So you'd have to hit the input 4 times. What I want to do is I want to create 4 total inputs, right? And every time I do this, you can see that over here, we're getting new inputs. If we scroll over this, you can see that it'll tell you what each one of these, like what these output boxes are here. This is the reset button. All right, so we now have 4 inputs. We got to assign those to 4 things, right? So we can take this guy, and we're going to take this guy. We're going to take this guy, and 1 more input, right?
You trying to take over the show?
All right. So what's the first input you want?
Let's do the magenta.
All right. So let's choose the input controller. And you want, which one is the magenta? That's the purple button, I think. Yes. We called it purple.
You have 2 purples? Okay. So it wasn't just me when you said hit the purple button. I see what happened.
Maybe it's magenta, is it? Let's see.
Technically.
It's blue, purple, yellow. Blue, purple, yellow. Yep. Okay. And then we have orange, light blue, and red. Yep. Okay. So purple. And then what's the next one we want?
Let's go orange.
All right, so the orange button. You're gonna have to remember this. Oh. All right, what's the next one?
Then, so we'll do this one, then this one, and then do you want to do Popup? So
You want to do the red?
Red and then light blue, or what would you do?
Red's fine. All right, and then the light blue. That leaves us with the. What's the last button that we haven't used?
The dark blue, because the yellow one you said was taken.
Okay, yeah, so we don't have the dark blue. All right, so now we have those 4 here, right? And now those have to play in that sequence. We have 2 settings. We have lenient and strict, right? In lenient mode, it doesn't matter which button you press eventually. So if I do this and I hit
So if I hit a
space,
whole bunch of, yeah, go ahead.
right, that's 1. Now you can see that we have 1 here. We have 2 there. If I go over here, it doesn't register, but it stays at 2 out of 4. I go here, then we have 3 out of 4, right? And then we have 4 out of 4, right? So that's what lenient does, right? Let's see here. We want to reset the preview state. All right, so that's basically what lenient is. Instead, we want to do strict. So if you don't do it in the right order, it's a failure.
Oh, I hear. Okay.
Right? Okay. So here we are. We're gonna need to. We won't worry about resetting it right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trigger when you do it correctly. We're going to trigger the show on the LED or on the input controller right now, right? So we're gonna do the win light, and when you fail, let's go down here to a show, and when you fail, we're gonna do failure, right? So now there's a bug in here. The bug is that once you finish this will stay on forever. So what we need to do is we actually need to reset it. So let's come down here and let's do a master reset. And let's grab an input. And what was the one we didn't use yet? The blue one?
The blue one, yeah.
All right, so let's do that. Let's do input 16. And we're going to choose the blue button. So the blue button will be a master reset on the controller, right? All right. So now I'm going to deploy this. It's been deployed. So now press the wrong button.
Oh, I know. You feel sorry for me. I feel sorry. Oh, yeah.
That's your failure.
Uh-huh.
Now let's do it in the right order. It's purple.
I can do this, I think.
All right. And you can see the one little light down there, right? So we're triggering, but that's kind of, that's just the input controller triggering and playing the audio, right? Let's also add another show to the win light, to the win side. And let's add, what do we have here? We're going to run the LED GB output lighting, lighting triggered. And let's also add, oh, you're going to have to press the blue button to reset, by the way.
No problem.
All right. So now we're going to go back here. We're going to grab one more show. And on the failure side, we're going to choose the LED failure that we just did, right? Now, I'm going to deploy it again. Now fail. Like, press the wrong button, and let's see what happens. And we're playing that show that we just had, right? Now I'll do it in the right order.
Okay.
And there it goes, and it plays a show. Now here's the coolest part. If you were at East Coast, let me switch over to the demo cam real fast. Flop it around. If you were at East Coast, you know this already. But for those that weren't there, the input controller that's doing the logic is not attached to the LED controller, right? So go ahead and reset the show one more time. Okay. And play the show one more time. Or play the game. But it's triggering the show on the LED controller at the same time, right? So the point here is that any show can be triggered by any input or logic rule across your entire system, right? So let's transition back here. Let's improve this a little bit. Press the wrong button, and then press it again. Reset it. Okay, now press the wrong button and do it again. We probably don't want that, right? We actually want to only play the failure when the like we want to let the failure finish, right? So we can do that with a quick, and let's see how much time we got. Plenty of time. All right, we're gonna grab a toggle, right? I think a toggle is the right answer. Let me see here. Nope, toggle is the wrong answer. We're gonna grab. I made this mistake before. We grab a counter, right? And we're gonna say the counter needs to be on 1, right? And we're gonna delete this one, and we're gonna delete this one, right? And then we're gonna grab the counter, and we're gonna run the counter in here. So when the sequence fires, when the fail fires, we're gonna count up to 1, right? And then that is connected to this failure here and here. And then we have our master reset here, right? And we're going to take that on a delay. And I think it's about a 4-second show. We'll just call it a 4-second show. We're going to grab this delay, and we're going to make this 4 seconds. Not 1.3. We're going to make it 4, right? And we're going to put that on. Let's see, kind of run out of room here. Reset over there. Put the delay here, and we'll come in here, and we will bring the failure to the delay, and the delay to the reset as well. So now, if this is on. Let's walk through this. So sequence runs, we fail, counter goes up to 1, which then means that the failure show can only play 1 time, right? Until this logic rule has been reset. We were also going to run this delay timer, and we're going to latch it on, which means that as soon as it gets touched, it's going to run for 4 seconds and then end. At the end of that, we're going to reset the show. Right, so now we don't need the blue button because it's gonna automatically reset the show at the end of it, right? So now we shouldn't be able to overrun it, right? So I'm gonna hit deploy again. All right, moment of truth. Let us switch back. Do the wrong button and then try to take it over a second time. Do it again. Can't do it. Now after 4 seconds, now do it. Ah! Look at that. So you can see it's kind of it gets to be, you can start to build these things up and create better and better. Now we don't need to use the blue button at all, even though we have the blue button to force a reset, because if you finish the sequence, you don't want it to auto reset, right? So that's where the blue button comes in to auto reset. If you wanted to auto reset it also, you could pull this off, put it on another delay, and run it another reset and auto reset. So there you go. And if you didn't like what you did, you can always go back to the version history and pull back an older version, right? So actually, let's do one more thing. Want to do one more thing?
Sure.
Let's change the sequence. So right now we have purple, orange, red, light blue. Let's swap it and say it's orange, purple, red, light blue. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You have that? I'm going to deploy it.
Purple, red, light blue.
All right. So do the old sequence.
Okay.
It's failed because the first one's not purple.
Orange.
Now do it. Now do the right one. And I hope it's pretty clear. I mean, you saw how fast we made a change to the logic rule. We deployed it. We made that change, and now our show logic is different. If we don't like it, let's just go back to version history and pick the last version.
Oh, I love how we save things.
Restore it. Deploy it. Now it's back to the old version. So you want to prove it? Prove it. Boom. So, and all of that sequencing, all that stuff has been added new to this. Before we had the sequence block in the latest version, you could still do this, but you had to do it using like and or gates and a bunch of the I didn't prepare this, but the logic rule was much larger. It was zoomed out. So we put a lot of functionality in this, as well as as well as the Morse code one, and the idea being that creating higher level blocks that allow you to make puzzle creation easier, right? So we have a bunch more of those coming, so you're aware.
And again, if you see something that bugs you or you want added, let us know.
Yeah. This was something that we created some show logic, some puzzle logic, I should say, and it's like there's got to be an easier way than having a bunch of ands and ors and delays and resets and whatnot. So there we go. Speaking of what's coming, I think we have enough time left. Yeah, we have enough time. Speaking of what's coming, let's talk about what I was going to say was coming this coming week, but I just deployed it 30 minutes before the show. So hopefully,
which is a little bit like the videos at East Coast.
Yeah. For the keen-eyed at East Coast, if you looked at our demo video that was playing, you would have noticed that the date was the same day as the first day, a Saturday, and the time was 30 minutes before
again the ADHD
doors open.
Makes it happen, but sometimes it's a little frightening. But yeah, we made it all good.
So I decided to YOLO deploy these changes to IgorBox today. I mean, we've been testing them for the better part of 3 weeks now.
Oh yeah, this is not like we're just trying to go do, what is it, Claude or ChatGPT or one of those things and like pushing it out. No.
No. This has been anyway. This has been heavily tested, but I'm sure there are bugs. Just to be clear, I did. Sometimes that happens, but I just deployed it 30 minutes before the show. So anybody on IgorBox today, your studio now has this new functionality. So let's go back to the screencast. And let's take a look at, let's see here. I don't think we need the demo display at the moment. So let's make that go away. All right. We had a new functionality. So if we go back to the show and we look at our LED failure show, right? And if we look at this, right, like we're doing some color mixing, and with red, this is a purple, red and blue together make a purple, right? If I go to the controller page, let's open that up. Let me go to the LED controller, and I were to do a manual control, and yeah, I guess we'll do a demo. Well, let's put the demo back up on the screen over there on the bottom left. So if I were to do this, and I bring up the red, right? You can see the red there, and I bring up the blue channel. You can see we get our purple, right? And color mixing, red and blue make purple, red and green make a ugly yellow. What does green and blue make? Teal. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, that's one way, and that works okay. But now, if we go to the configuration page and we scroll down here, you'll see this new function here called color groups. And some of you will notice that obviously these are named, right? We already named these channels red, green, blue, etc. Like, it's a lot more helpful when you name the channels for a ton of reasons, but if we come into the color groups here, I'm going to create a new color group, and we're going to create an RGB color group. Let's call this LED board. And I'm going to choose the red channel, which is LED red.
You were so determined to get over there. She wants to push the buttons.
Our helper is coming. The green channel and then the blue channel, right? So I've chose these channels here. And also I'm gonna make another color group, and we're gonna call this we'll call it the input board, I guess. The input board is RGBW, if I remember correctly. Yes. So this has an input, the input GB red, input GB green, the blue channel, and the white channel. So now we've created 2 color groups, and we've told it which channels are which, right? I'm going to hit save. It's going to save the configuration. And now we're going to go back to the overview page, and you're going to see something different. You're going to see, you have your red, green, blue here, but in manual control now, what is she doing?
I think she just had a little cough. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So now when you go to manual control, you don't have those color sliders. If you bring them down here, you can see the color sliders. But now you have color pickers. We can do
super convenient.
Green. We can do red. We can do yellow, blue, purple, orange, white. Now you can see down here, you can see how these are being auto mixed for you, right? And if we click on white here, this is an RGB. You see that we have red, green, blue turned all the way on. That makes white on an RGB. But if we come down here and we say, green and blue and yellow and purple, if I click white here, it's smart enough to give you just the white channel.
Where are we going?
She's helping. She's helping.
She's a puppy.
And when we end manual control, you can also see it's going to have a little dot over here telling you which color light, like what the color light is, right? So now let's go back to the show. I'm going to refresh the show. And you're going to see here that we now have a thing saying that, excuse me, channels have manual control points authored before this group existed. I have a button here that says convert. I'm going to convert them. And now that is the converted colors directly onto color groups. So if we expand these out, you can see that these colors now not only have been converted from the very linear look that we had, but it's also applied much cleaner transitions to the colors and the middle colors that we had here, right? So let's take...
Would you mind trying to take her? I think she might have a little emergency. I'm so sorry.
She has what?
I think she might need to use the facilities again.
She's like, I gotta go outside. All right. So if we have these color groups, right? And let me go ahead and just select these and delete them. All right. So on the first one, we turned it red all the way up on purpose, and this one is off, right? So we can draw a draw point, and let's draw a color here, and let's make this one blue. And then let's make this one fade right in the middle to, let's say, yellow. You'll see that we're transitioning from red to blue, right? And if we go back here and we put this on live preview and we hit play, a much cleaner transition now. If we look at this, you can see that there are much cleaner curves for this. But like, let's say we wanted to stay red for a little bit longer. We could slide this over, and we can slide this over. And now we've changed the curve to be a little bit more easing in, right? So play it again.
It's beautiful auto magic.
Right? But like, let's say we actually want it to cut to blue here, right? So I'm gonna, well, let's take one more. Let's draw one more line. It'll make a little bit more sense. And we're gonna cut to orange. So right now we have this handle to change the transition, right? But we don't want a transition from blue to orange, right? We want it to go blue, 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 and then bang to orange right away. So I'm going to double click on this, and you'll see that we have fade or cut. And we can cut right to it. So now, we'll play this. When we look at the bottom left there, we'll see it's blue, blue, boom, orange. And then fades back into red. So you can choose whether you want it to fade or you want a hard cut. If you're drawing new lines, you can actually choose the default setting over here. So if we want to make cuts instead, we want to go from here to here. We're going to cut red. We're going to cut purple. Let's make it blue. The thing to note, though, is that the color on the left will be the color that you're going to choose. And if you're on cut mode, it's going to run to the next one. That's why we still have this transition here, because this transition was on this point here. So I'm going to click on this, and we can make that a cut as well. Now, let's see what that looks like. So there you go. So that's color groups. You can apply any color group that you want to your existing stuff. And if you don't like all of this extra stuff, right, being able to like choose colors and whatnot. Oh, I should show this real fast. If we take, what is this, the LED fail, and we hit deploy. I'm going to deploy this. When we come back here. All right, do something that makes it fail.
Oh, this reset, sorry. No? It didn't deploy. Oh, there we No? What's going on?
Yeah, there you go.
There.
You can now see that the colors are showing right here. Right? And then they're off, right? So no,
Sorry for immediately resetting it. That was not the good move.
So you're no longer sort of trying to approximate what color is supposed to be there. We're gonna just show you the color that it is as it's playing. So yeah.
Geometry points on point.
And if you don't like it, come back here, delete it, delete your color groups, hit save. And if we come back here and I hit refresh on this now, it'll say there are color stops for a removed color group. You can either throw it away, start over, or you can just convert them. And there you go. You're back to doing it the way you did before. So you can go back and forth. You don't have to commit and like it doesn't change. Like,
no, revision history is awesome. It's all throughout it. And like I said, I absolutely love the way we save. You're amazing.
Yeah, I think we actually might be hitting our target right now. This is insane. Has this ever happened?
I feel like we're extremely rusty, but as far as timing, I think we're rock solid. So, I have to say, thank you for everybody who's joined us. It's been a long time, and those who are joining us for the first time, thank you and welcome. I hope you enjoyed our little talk, and obviously, the puppy didn't hurt anything, I don't think. She was trying to be a star of her own show.
She just turned a year old on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. She did. So she's still
we're
got
both
lots of
very,
puppy
very
left in
tired
her.
still.
Fact.
I don't know. I mean, we have a bunch of stuff that's currently in the works for next month's podcast already. We have some really cool stuff coming out. We have a few controllers left in the first batch. We have a second batch on the way. So if you head over to IgorBox.com, you can purchase your controllers. We still have our launch pricing up right now. So
that's going to go away soon.
That's going to go away really soon. So if you want to get a bundle, the bundle is like half price right now. I'll just go to the store real fast. This bundle right now is literally half price. Look at that. Crazy. Perfect timing. So we only have 4 of these, like four bundles left, right? Like we are running really, really low on controllers right now. So the next batch is soon. And yeah, go check that out. If you haven't subscribed to IgorBox Control on YouTube.
I can say I don't think our, no, I'll save that for next time. You know what? Stay tuned for next time to find out what I was going to say. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next month at the next day of the lab with even more crazy stuff to show off. So.
See you later. And it was great to see you in the lab. Bye.